Morning, everybody. It is 9:01 on this bright, sunny Tuesday morning, the 23rd of May. This is your pre-opening comment, number 1765. Okay, so Zoom had pretty good earnings yesterday. They beat top and bottom line, and after closing 71.41, it actually traded as high as 78.30. Um, However, um, with the commentary and the call, the stock has fallen back to 69 and a quarter. That's down to 64 or 3.8%. This morning's batch of earnings, Dick's Sporting Goods with a beat on revenue, and it actually had closed at 126.40, popped as high as 133.58, and the last is 129.10, and that's up 270. Lowe's beat on revenues. Um, Earnings about in line, but guidance severely hampered. Um, Closed 203.15 last night and traded as high as, let's see, 204, last 201, down $2.15. Um, BJ's, a miss on revenue, a beat on earnings. And as I remind everybody that the issue here is you can't jack up revenues. You can play games with the numbers and show a beat, not necessarily a beat. Pacw, last 790, up $1.05 or 15%. This stock was as high as $8.21 this morning. So looking a little bit better, and I'm guessing that that is specifically the debt ceiling look at some sort of settlement. Um, this morning when I came down, we were down about 30. We got to be down about 76. And the last on it, let's take a quick look here. S&P down 11. The Dow is showing an opening of down about 45, NASDAQ down 47. So, not a lot of action here. But, I have to say, and I know that you're tired of hearing it, but there was another airline CEO on this morning, United Airlines, UAL, and basically he continues to be full of crap. It's one thing to be a spokesperson and a cheerleader, but this guy is flat out lying. He's not lying about what he's seeing at his company. He is telling the truth when he talks about revenues. But if you remember, all of those retail companies that showed great revenues were unadjusted for inflation. This is unadjusted on the revenue side with 40% higher ticket prices, horrendous experience, add-on fees, TSA, and I realize that there is a question of how many controllers there are. But, the only thing I didn't hear from him is making any profit. And frankly, the airlines often are called a trade, not an investment, and I clearly have to agree with that. But the other fact here is that these guys have cut themselves to the bone here. Um, the one thing you don't hear is about profits because they've mortgaged their airplanes, which is not unusual. Um, but they've gone as far as um, to mortgage their loyalty programs. They've issued massive amounts of stock and debt. And of course, when the taxpayers, um, footing the bill for keeping, giving them money to keep employees on their job, they did exactly the opposite. They did early buyouts, and now we have not only a pretty major hole in the number of pilots available, you know, big layoffs. And of course, the other thing is um, the FAA really needs, excuse me, the FAA really needs to bring on more controllers. So, as I said, you hear him talking about all those lollipops and butterflies and, um, all of the great stuff. Again, they're not going to make much money. And people are going to get fed up with spending more to go from Boston to Miami than flying to Europe during the summer. All right, folks, we have a couple of numbers coming. We have IHS market um, PMI for manufacturing and also non manufacturing or basically service. Those come at 9:45, and existing home sales comes at 10. All right, folks. Oh, chart on the screen, the wheat. And as you can see, it bounced right back under the lower Bollinger Band, was riding it to the downside, but so far today has had a range of 594 to 614, and we're trading pretty close to the top of that at 611 and 3/4 a bushel. That's up 5.5 cents a bushel, or a move of just under 1%. Have a good day.